anxiety coach. Eye contact is a huge barrier that stops people from truly connecting with each other. Imagine you had two people facing each other in a conversation, but neither was making eye contact. The conversation just wouldn't flow how it's supposed to do so. I empathize and understand with challenges making and holding eye contacts. I was teaching a guy today who has selective mutism to get more confident with eye contact, firstly with me, and I gave him some exercises to practice as well. And I thought I would share these in today's video to help you out. Because when you look at social anxiety from one perspective, you could say that it's a fear of connecting with people. Connecting with people without making eye contact is next to impossible. You probably heard the phrase that eyes are the windows to the soul. Whether you believe we have a soul or not, what you can't deny is the fact that the eyes are nervous tissue and there's a wire that connects them to the brain. The brain is the hub where your thoughts and feelings are generated from. And it gets projected through eye contacts. So you can tell a lot about a person from their eye contact alone. In fact, I can tell how confident somebody is in general, just based on their eye contact with me. And I can usually work this out within 1 minute of speaking to somebody. I do have a lot of experience coaching, so I'm always focused on these things. So a great first step. So you're scared of making eye contacts. You can practice with yourself. You can look in the mirror. Challenge yourself to hold eye contact with yourself for 30 seconds. And this will get you used to the sensations and feelings of giving and receiving eye contacts. And just practice breathing through the discomfort and becoming more relaxed, making that self-eye contact. And when 30 seconds feels easy, extend the time to 1 minute, 2 minutes. Now getting a bit more challenging. There's a couple of methods that you can use as training wheels or stabilisers to get you started developing confident eye contact with everybody who you interact with. Firstly, the soft gaze. So rather than put pressure on yourself to look directly into somebody's eyes, what you can do is focus around the eyes and you can soften your gaze so the eyes are a little bit blurred out. And this gives the other person the impression that you're making direct eye contact. And you are making eye contact when you're doing this. So it gets you used to the feelings when it's a different person, but it isn't as intimidating as total focus staring at somebody's eyes. It's not a staring contest. You can also try out the triangle method. And what this means is to start by looking at someone's left eye, move across to the right, then the mouth, and repeat. And as well as the triangle method, there's a rule called the 50-70 rule. And what this means is that, as a rule of thumb, when you're speaking to somebody else, you should be making eye contact 50% of the time. And when you're listening, it's appropriate to make eye contact 70% of the time. This is considered normal. So the soft gaze, the triangle method, the 50-70 rule, these are like stabilisers on a bike. They can get you practice and experience with eye contacts. Going through the motions, learning, getting a feel for it, and just getting more confident with eye contact in general. And then you can move on to what I suggested to the guy that I coached today. So after getting him more comfortable making eye contact with me and opening up, I've challenged him to do some exposure therapy and to practice holding eye contacts when he's speaking to strangers like cashiers, baristas, etc. Holding eye contact with strangers in everyday life situations. This is a great foot in the door to becoming more confident with people in general. Makes you feel more open and connected and less closed off, less anxious. And something that that might worry you, a fear you might have is, well, what if I make too much eye contact with somebody else? It's deemed as staring and it makes that person feel uncomfortable. The first thing I can tell you is that if you're worried about making somebody else feel uncomfortable, that immediately lets you know that you're a good person, because that worry comes from a place of empathy. And because eye contact, it projects your general feelings towards people. It projects your empathy. You're going to make people feel more comfortable by making more eye contacts. Less eye contacts will result in someone feeling less comfortable. If somebody is aggressive, they don't have much empathy, they have bad vibes, and you make eye contact with that person, you're going to feel those bad vibes. You're going to feel that hostility and that anger. That could be deemed as staring, and that might very well leave somebody feeling uncomfortable. But if you have high levels of empathy, you're a good person, and it's good positive vibes, the more eye contact you make, the more comfortable the other person will feel. And ultimately, you want to get to the stage where you're super confident making eye contact and you don't even have to think about it, try and control it. It's just natural. It does require vulnerability to make eye contacts. It does require you getting comfortable, feeling uncomfortable. But ultimately, it's the window to truly connecting with people. A guy that I used to follow on YouTube when I was on my journey overcoming social anxiety, he said that socializing is 80% emotional and 20% logical. It means that it's in the body. It's largely an emotional skill set. And when you're making eye contact, you're present in the moment and your emotions are on display. The conversation flows in a natural way. Watch what happens when I think what to say next. My eyes look up and to the left, which means that when you're thinking what to say next, you're too logical, you're stuck in your head, you actually break connection with the other person. Not only is it harder to have a conversation when you're making it too logical and you're stuck in your head, but also the other person feels a bit uncomfortable and they lose trust in you. And this isn't because you're a bad person. It's because when someone's eyes go up and to the left, they could be plotting, they might be trying to manipulate the situation. But when somebody is truly connected and holding eye contact, it comes across a lot more genuine. Something which I learned from doing improv comedy, which really helped me out. And although it's intimidating, it is a great way to overcome social anxiety and build confidence. What helped me is this teaching. So if there's two people in an improv comedy scene, rather than coming in with your ideas and having this picture of how the scene's going to pan out, you don't need to do that. Just come in with one idea. Share your one idea. This is known as a brick. When you've shared your idea, give your fellow performer the space to process what you've shared and respond by sharing their own idea, sharing their brick. After they've shared their brick, you can then let that land, process it, and again respond with another brick, another idea. And you keep going one brick at a time until you build a cathedral. Neither performer has any idea where the scene's going to go. It's unpredictable, it's improvised. All you can do is bring one brick, listen to the other person, then add on the next brick. And if you think ahead and you're searching your brain desperately for the next thing to say, you always freeze up, go blank, and the scene just dies. But when you truly listen and you hold eye contact with the other person you're performing with, you feel the emotions going on, you make eye contact with the crowd and trust yourself, there's always something to say, and the scene just goes the way it's meant to go. Just like conversations go the way they're supposed to. It's not a test. It's not about impressing the other person, trying to come across well, trying to tick boxes. It's not like that. It's about connecting with someone and enjoying that connection. So take the pressure off yourself of trying to force a social conversation to go in any particular direction. Let go of that control. You can't control where it's going to go anyway. It's wasted effort. And you're losing out on the fun and spontaneity of real conversations. There's always a level of fear there, which you can view as excitement, because there is uncertainty. You don't know how any conversation is going to play out. That's also fun because you can get surprised, and it's a new experience every time because it's real and in the moment rather than rehearsed. There's no scripts. So connection is blind. And ironically, by making eye contact with somebody else, you make connection blind. Because you're not viewing the other person as an object. You're just connecting. You're connecting with the energy, the vibe, the person that you're speaking to. And every single person is worthy of connection. When I'm coaching somebody, I have that belief that everybody's equal and everybody's capable. And my goal, you could say, is to help somebody remove the barriers that are stopping them from naturally connecting with people. And a huge barrier that affects so many people is the eye contact barrier. It's a fundamental. Imagine that I was a boxing coach and I didn't teach people how to jab. That's a fundamental of boxing. Eye contact is a fundamental of socializing. Without it, you're not truly connecting with another person. You're avoiding. Fear has stopped you from experiencing what's meant to be. You've been tricked. You're not facing the other person truly, and you're blocking the chances of what's possible. Being prepared for worst case scenarios isn't a bad thing, in my opinion. But you don't want to go out there expecting worst case scenarios. You want to go for the best case scenario. So believe in yourself. Who's to say that the next person you speak to couldn't be an amazing friend or a partner? It's all possible. And it just depends, and it really relies on you to get out of your own way and remove those blockages that are stopping you from really connecting. And if you're someone out there who is really motivated to crack social anxiety, it's holding you back. You want to build that confidence communicating with people, really connecting. You might want to consider going down either the private coaching route or coming to a live event. So I'll start with the live events. So up until now, I've been putting on these coffee social events in Birmingham. And overall, they've been going really well and helping lots of people out, build confidence around people, get more, get out of their shell, feel alive, and just feel better in their own skin. I'm now going to extend this in the not too distant future to virtual events as well. So in person is still king, but virtual has so much potential. So if you can't get to Birmingham, there's no reason why you can't attend a virtual event. A virtual coffee social designed to get you more confident speaking to people, to help you make some new friends, to have fun, and to get quality advice and answers for your challenges. So there's the event route, and then the best route is one-to-one coaching. I eventually went down the one-to-one coaching route myself. I tried out so many things previously. You're looking at someone that spent over a decade trying to overcome social anxiety by any means necessary. And when I went down the private coaching route, received mentorship from this guy in London, that's when I got the best results. And that's what inspired me to become a coach and help other people out. And I've since built my own brand, my own style of coaching. It's working really, really well, and it's taking off. And yeah, social media's been a great hobby over these past few years. I'm going to keep on building on it and helping it grow. So if you want to come down to a live event or try a one-to-one coaching session, send me an email let me know what you're looking for, and I'll do my best to put you on the right path. When it comes to my coaching, so there's several things that I combine together. I do CBT, which is known as cognitive behavioral therapy, and you can Google it if you want to see what it's about. Talking therapy, because I'm a really good listener. Also, exposure therapy for the right clients as well. So, helping people out in person, live in social situations, get more confident and work on their conversation skills. So, I hope that you got value from this video and you can go out there and start mastering eye contact. Until next time, have a great rest of your day.